Alright, welcome everybody to Capes and Scowls, and we're doing our SummerSlam predictions. I'm Tim.
Shuster.
Shuster doesn't actually have any predictions. He's just sitting in, so I don't feel so alone. It's really sad.
The pretty face for the host.
That's right, he's my Vanna White to my Pat Sajak. Joe is not here if this video goes up, meaning we didn't work out our schedules to work. But I have Joe's picks written down in a brown bag.
Professional.
That's right. Like Leon the Professional. All right. SummerSlam card. Before I dive into SummerSlam, I'm picking Diaz over McGregor.
What?
I'm doing
what?
it. They're both. I actually like them both as far as fighting goes. McGregor can go to hell as far as everything else.
Why?
I don't care for the man. I love the Diaz
He's
brothers.
passionate about his fighting.
He's passionate about running his mouth. Which also you could say the Diaz
Weird.
brothers are.
Fighters run their mouths. I didn't realize that they were cocky. This is news to me.
Well, strap yourself in. The Diaz brothers are quite cocky as well. I prefer the Diaz brothers, probably because as far as wrestling goes, which is why you're watching this, they're the heels of UFC. They are heels, 100%. They're dirty, dirty heels, and that's why I like the Diaz brothers. They talk a lot of smack. Even if they lose, they still talk a lot of smack. I love that. There's no backpedaling. It's like, yeah, I'm going to whoop his butt. Oh, I got my butt kicked.
There should be some backpedaling after you've just been demolished.
They refuse. They're not about it. So anyways, Joe's not here. I have his picks written down. We're going to go through this. If you have
You're going to go through this.
If you have anything to add, Schuster, anything
I will interject.
If you have some.
If I do. If I have a whim, I'll
also,
do that.
this pop, pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. For our 3D customers.
3D customers. Boom. And then I got some wizards here for the RPG guys. Some bones. So, starting SummerSlam card. I don't know the exact order, but I'm just going to go down the order I wrote down. Deal with it. So we have American Alpha and the Hype Bros and the Usos versus Breezango, the Ascension, and the Vaudevillains. Basically, all the tag teams, all the faces versus all the heels. I am picking
one epic showdown.
Yes, because we don't have tag belts yet. Why couldn't we make a match for tag belts? Why? Anyways, I'm picking American Alpha, the Hype Bros, and the Usos because American Alpha is on that team and they're amazing. Joe thought differently. He's picking the heel team of Breezango, the Ascension, and the Vaudevillains. I don't really care who wins this, but American Alpha's been strongly on a roll, so I go with them. Next, we got Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys. Both Joe and I are picking the Dudley Boys.
You gotta go Dudley.
Even though the Dudley Boys have been having miscommunications and Devon's been hitting Bubba a lot by accident because for some reason after 25 years or whatever they forgot how to be a tag team. I feel like that will pay off here. I don't see them splitting up the Dudleys. There's no reason to do that. They're here to put over young teams, and maybe they'll get that last reign in before they're right off into the sunset. I could see miscommunication going the other way, and maybe you could set up Zayn versus Neville in the future, which would be amazing. And why wouldn't you? So Joe and I agree Dudleys. Next, we got Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Naomi versus Alexa Bliss, Natalya, and it was supposed to be Eva Marie. She violated the wellness policy.
A lot of wellness violations lately.
Yes, it was her, Paige, and Alberto Del Rio. I heard the rumor was Adderall. I don't know. Hey, you do what you do.
Gotta focus sometimes.
So she has the best gimmick ever where she comes out, doesn't actually wrestle, and pisses everyone off.
Good gimmick.
Secretly, she really can't wrestle too well. So it's kind of a good... Her gimmick is she can't wrestle because she can't wrestle. So I don't know if they're going to go handicap style with this or they're going to throw her, the heel team, a partner. I don't know. We both have the heel team picked on this one. So I don't know. Becky Lynch, Naomi, Carmella, maybe they'll go over. But if they give Alexa Bliss and Natalya a partner, I am picking the heel team. Now we got Cesaro versus Sheamus in a best-of-7 series, which I haven't seen one of those in a very long time. Anytime anybody mentions those, I think of Chris Benoit versus Booker T, which was one of the greatest best-of-7 series pretty much ever. Whenever you hear best of 7, you know they're going to split wins to get to that 7th match. Joe has Cesaro winning. I have Sheamus winning. I think Sheamus would benefit more from the big pay-per-view win. Cesaro's over, and even though Sheamus has been wrestling good, I think he's been giving too much to Cesaro. So Sheamus is my pick to win this, where Joe feels differently. Enzo and Big Cass versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. It's in New York, I believe. Enzo and Cass, I mean, they are New York. I think they should win. I'm pretty sure it's in New York. Whatever. I'm picking them regardless. I love Jericho and Owens as a team. I think they'll go somewhere in the future, but I don't think they're going to win this match. They can survive losing it. Miz versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental title. I got the Miz retaining, probably from some dastardly way. Maybe Crews will win by DQ or something. I don't see the Miz losing the belt. Joe feels differently. He thinks it's going on Apollo Crews. I say nobody can even say his damn name right. Since SmackDown went live, they've all been calling him Apollo Creed. Like 3 different people did it. And I'm like, I understand, but his ring name is Apollo Crews. You should probably learn that, Daniel Bryan. And The Miz, I think, did it as well. Although I think The Miz turned it into a gag after the fact. His name is Apollo Crews. How hard is it to remember his name? How hard? Pretty
hard.
It's really hard. Crews is really good. I don't think he's ready for a singles push just yet. I think he needs to have a little more adversity. But Joe thinks he's ready. Joe's wrong. I like talking smack on Joe when he's not here. What are you going to do, Joe? You're not here. It's not your fault. New Day versus Gallows and Anderson. Both Joe and I think Gallows and Anderson are going to get the tag titles. There's never a better time for the New Day to lose. They've had the longest reign in recent times, over 350 days or something crazy. The New Day, Big E is injured, fake injured, I believe. So it's a good time for them to drop the belts where there's a little controversy. Like if they were healthy, they wouldn't have lost. Plus, you get Gallows and Anderson. They're really the only credible threat, I feel, to their titles. So I don't feel like there's a lot of title changes on this one. Of course, Joe thinks Apollo Creed is going to win, and he's wrong. So there you go. We're both picking Anderson and Gallows. Now we go to Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the U.S. title. Rusev will win this. Joe and I agree. There's no reason to give Roman Reigns another title right now, coming off of his suspension for the wellness policy. You don't want to make him look too weak, but he doesn't deserve this title, and Rusev's been doing great as a heel champ. So Rusev should retain. John Cena versus AJ Styles. I'm picking Cena, which hurts me deep down in my bones.
Ooh, are you okay? Is this...
It's a little hot here. By the way, that's why the air's on. We know the air's on. This is hot. Okay? We're not dealing with it. You don't need to hear me with such clarity. Trust me. So, John Cena, I got Cena going over because he's got to bury John Cena, or bury AJ Styles. Joe has AJ Styles. I would love it. I would love to see it happen. Believe me. I was at Battleground. I lost my mind when AJ Styles came out. Actually, I had already lost my mind when Mauro Ranallo came out. It was like the first thing of the night. Mauro Ranallo agrees with me that Nate Diaz is going to win.
Yeah.
I think Cena's gonna win this one. I think it's important for Cena to win the singles match this time, and then they continue going forward from there, depending if they want to do anything club-related with Styles or just break him out on his own completely. Sasha Banks, both Joe and I have her over Charlotte for the women's title. It would kind of be crummy for her to lose on her second defense since winning the belt, and everybody wants Sasha Banks. It's been rumored that WWE feels she's very Daniel Bryan-esque, where she just does too much, and she's a hazard to herself and others, to where they think she's going to break herself, and we'll just let her have the run now in case she does.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know. Dean Ambrose over Dolph Ziggler for the WWE World Championship. As much as I'd love Ziggler to just win, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a little better for Ambrose to keep the belt. Joe agrees with me. Now, I don't know what the main event's going to be, if it's going to be Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the new WWE Universal Championship, or if it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton.
Of course, that's got to be the main event.
So, I'd rather it be Balor and Rollins, because you're going to get a new champ, and there's another reason. So, let's pretend I'm right. I'm not, probably, but let's pretend.
That's why you're here.
It's why you're here, to hear me play pretend on YouTube. So I'm going to pick Orton over Brock Lesnar. Brock, while UFC and what he did in UFC and violating their wellness policy, so to speak, he's not in violation of WWE's technically. I still think it would be good for Orton to get the win. It doesn't really hurt Lesnar at all. He can still come back and crush everybody. Maybe he's angry for the loss and he crushes everyone. Orton could use the rub coming off of his recent shoulder injury. I think Orton gets the win. Lesnar, he just doesn't deserve it, to be honest with you. It'll be a great match. Orton will get crushed the whole match and out of nowhere hit his RKO maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times for the win. That's what I want. And I want... Joe agrees with me on Orton. I don't know if I said that. So if the main event is Rollins versus Baylor, you have Baylor go over Rollins. Joe and I agree. Baylor over Rollins, but I'm taking it a step further. You may notice with my picks, the only changes of titles were Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Now you get them come out, help Baylor win, and you have your Bullet Club on WWE. The Bullet Club just exists in 75 different wrestling organizations. So why not pair them up, turn them cool heel, kind of in between, and Balor's your top face heel. Because Rollins is kind of a face heel. Rollins would have been great as a face. They had a chance, they blew it. But let's see what they do with this. So that's my pick. That's what I think. I'm just hoping for a 4-hour show, or however long this friggin' show is, including the pre-show, that we get good matches. If I had to pick a match of the night, I feel like it's going to be either Balor and Rollins or Cena and Styles. But there will definitely be other good matches. Cesaro and Sheamus work really good together. Do I think it'll steal the show? Probably not, but I think that's a match to look out for. So that's what I got. Let me know below if you feel any differently about it. Tell me how much you hate the air conditioner running the whole time. I don't care. You tell me whatever you want to tell me. Tell me that Shuster picked them all right. I don't care.
Of course.
Because you are my troll. Isn't he beautiful? Look at him. Look at him. Thank you guys for checking us out. We'll keep this wrestling stuff coming occasionally with the monthly pay-per-views. And you can find us at capesandscowspodcast.com. You can email us at capesandscowspodcast@gmail.com. We're on, obviously, YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on iTunes. We're on a lot of the podcasting apps. Thank you for checking us out. And stay tuned for more awesome stuff in the future.
Awesome.
Thanks.